Good morning, art students. We're going to be talking about some of the pencils and how to shade today. So I'm going to go over different pencils. If you are interested and want to learn more about the artist pencils, we'll go over that today. Remember, you do not have to go out and buy anything. It's just optional. I'm just explaining the different types of pencils. So I already opened this up, but you can see you can get these generals. And they're very good art pencils and they're very affordable. Okay, so this package came with like a little eraser. You got 4 nice pencils that you can work with, and this was under $5 with taxes. So yeah, it does seem pricey, but it's easier than the pencils that you work with. Okay, and once again, you don't have to get them, just showing you the difference. So if you guys look closely at the bottom, there's some of these numbers down here. Those numbers help you figure out what type of pencil you're going to be using. So if we look at the 2H, all right, I'll just number this right here and hopefully you can see. So 2H, okay, and I'll move my hand so you can see. The shadows are pretty bad today. But always make sure you hold the pencil closer up. I like to hold it like this, or I grasp it where it's on top and I lay it down. When you hold the pencil further back, you lose control of where your pencil is going. So always try to keep it up front where you have a good grip on it. And you want to use small little circles. Wish I could get rid of those shadows for you, but you want to do small little circles. And I'll do a second video where you can see the small circles without the shadows. So small little circles. And as you can tell, I'm pushing pretty hard on it, and it's still a very light, dark color. So these are more for your sketches. You're going to want to use these for your sketches, like your ideas, planning out what the artwork's going to look like. Okay? The next one we're going to look at is going to be the HB. We're going to look at the HB. Okay, and looking at the HB, I'm going to go in and I'm going to do small little circles. And as you can see, I'm getting a much darker value with my pencil. Okay, it's a lot easier to push down and get just that darker value. Okay? Small little circles. So maybe if I can hold the pencil for what you guys want to do is you want to do small little circles. As you can see, my pencil is just doing small little circles. That's what allows you to control your blending. And also you want to keep your hand closer to the pencil so you have more control over it. But those small little circles allow it to blend very nicely. See how it has a nice blend? When you go back and forth, it creates a direction of the pencil, and you usually see that in your artwork. And sometimes you don't want those directional lines, so be careful with that. So sometimes you don't want that. If you want that, you can, but I always prefer small little circles because it keeps it where it looks more realistic. Okay? All right, moving on. Let's look at the 2B. Okay, the 2B is one of the darker ones they gave to me in this one. So if I go down and I push very hard, I'm going to get that rich, nice, dark color that we like a lot to give more contrast. Okay, so you can see that there's a difference. This one I got the darker value a lot easier without having to go over it very quickly. The lighter values are a little bit more complicated to get because it just naturally has a little bit darker. I'm barely touching and it's giving me a darker value than the HB. Okay, so let's look at that really dark pencil they gave us. If I can find it. There it is. So the really black one, so this just says extra black. So I'm just going to put this one down, or I'll put it up here. Extra black. It is so soft, the pencil just broke on me. It is so soft, it just broke. So as you can tell, this one's going to get really, really dark. And I'm just kind of using the side of the pencil. And I got that really dark, nice value. Okay? When you guys go to erase, try to avoid using the eraser on the back end of pencils. You can always tell it's an artist pencil when it does not have the back end to it, okay? So when you go erase, there's a couple of different erasers. All of them are fairly cheap. You can get something called a kneaded eraser. There's the black erasers. I like these because they don't leave a lot of little pieces from the eraser. And then the cheapest one, which is still a good one, is an art gum eraser. Those are very cheap to get, and they last quite a bit of time if you use them carefully. But a lot of times people get excited and decide to destroy them. So I want to show you the kneaded eraser really quick, if I can open it. Momentarily pausing. Maybe should have opened this before I started my video. There we go. So the fun thing about the kneaded erasers is you can actually knead them. Oh, missed a piece. That's life. There we go. The fun thing is you can actually mold them and manipulate the eraser. So if you're trying to get like a small little part of part to erase, you can use the eraser and you can go in and erase. Also, when you fold it in, you're kind of cleaning the eraser in a sense, so you can use it over and over and over. These last a really long time if you keep them in like a little plastic bag or anything like that. They are sticky, so if you like drop them on pencil shavings, you are going to pick it up and never get it out. So just be careful with that. I like these. They're a lot of fun. I normally pass these out in the classroom, so that's just a kneaded eraser, and they work pretty well. You know, I like them a lot. They work on all of them. So as you can see, they erase very nicely. Okay, the gum eraser is probably the one I recommend for you guys if you want to just have a nice eraser. You can get those pink erasers. Those work too, just as fine. But try to, just like what we were doing with the artwork, try to use small little circles when you erase. When you go back and forth, that's when papers tear. That's when you destroy your artwork. Just hold the eraser, and even then you want to control it. Small little erase marks. Okay? That way you can control. Maybe I want to make that into a fine little sharp point. There you go. Try to always blow your little crumbs away, because if you smear it, you're smearing your artwork. Okay? The black one, I got to open that one too. Like, again, I should have opened these before I started my video, but I did not think about that. This is my first video, so be kind. I do love all my art classes. You guys are awesome, and what you guys have been going through being online, I applaud you guys. I would not like it if I was you. So back here's the black eraser. I like it a lot because it just stays clean. It has some nice sharp points, and it doesn't leave as many of the little messes behind. That's why I like it so much. And it really picks up that. Look at how easy it cleans it up. So you can always make mistakes and erase. You don't have to be perfect the first time. Okay? I also recommend you guys get a sharpener. Hand sharpeners are better than electric sharpeners. When you hand sharpen, you are not going to break the pencil further down the road. So if you break the pencil while you're doing an electric sharpener, it's going to constantly break on you. So you'll draw for 10 seconds, it breaks. Draw 10 seconds, it breaks. Hand sharpeners are the way to go. Even better is if you get an X-Acto knife and you shave it yourself. Okay? I also want to talk about this last pencil. This is my absolute favorite drawing pencil. Okay? The Monolith pencil. They are amazing. First of all, it doesn't have those like wood shavings when you go to sharpen. So I like the way it sharpens and it's clean. I like how I can use the entire part of the pencil. So if you look right here, I've sharpened it all the way up, and I can use the entire pencil for a much larger area. So I like these for doing larger portraits. I feel like I have a lot of control. That was going back and forth right there. So I now want to show you what it's like to do little circles and just the rich color that it gives you. I really like it. A lot of other artists agree that these are some of the best ones, especially if you're going to do blending techniques. They blend very, very nicely and create very dynamic looks. I'm going to just draw it up next to the 2B and the extra so you can see. So this is the Create a Color Monolith. And it's just amazing. So I'm just going to go in here and I'm just going to shade it so you can see that rich, beautiful color. It's really, really nice. It makes it very easy for blending. These pencils are, unfortunately, a lot more expensive. Each pencil is $2.50, not including tax. So these are expensive, but if you're somebody that's really into art, and this is something you're thinking about doing, I highly recommend you get these pencils. They last a long time, and they're just really, really good. The 8B gives you those really nice dark values that you like. I typically buy a 2B and a 6B, but I couldn't resist when I saw this 8B. So I hope you guys got some good tips and info from this, and I will see you in class. Have a good day.